Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In the last episode, we completed the Eastern Palace, claiming ourselves the Pendant of Courage, took that to Sahasrahla to learn more of the legend, and, well, now we have the Pegasus shoes. We received the Book of Medora, which we'll be needing for later. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but you'll see why later on. I keep going into my menu because I keep double guessing what items I want. I want the bombs, but before I go down to the south, because if we check the map here, it looks like we're going to have to snake our way to the desert, which seems to be the next nearest location we get to, because probably won't be able to get up into the mountains at this point. And it seems like the Master Sword's in the corner there, deep in the Lost Woods. I mean, we were told that in Kakariko Village it does lie deep in the forest. Sahasrahla has given us the pinpoint location. However, Sahasrahla also told us that south of his area, which Lake Hylia seems to be, there might be a cave around there that might actually have something good for us, so we want to be doing that. So before we head down in that direction, and I did not realise this stone is glowing, I must have made that glow by going south and then coming back into this sector of the map, so you know what, more money for me! And I hit too many times and accidentally dropped a bunch of bombs. Thankfully I can grab some of this money with my sword. I did not mean to place a bomb there, that was stupid. I forgot I didn't have the boomerang equipped. This is what happens when I double guess what item I want. I want to come up this way and bash this. Right outside of Link's house at the back garden, we have a fairy fountain that we can use. We've got both our bottles filled up with fairies for now, so it's not that big of an issue. But hey, not too shabby if I do say so myself. We need some stocking up on some quick heals, some extra lives. We are able to do so. Bloody hell, these soldiers are being generous with their life force, aren't they? What's going on here? Yeah, you can get out of here, mate. Bugger off. Bloody hell, what's with all the hearts? I go to a fairy fountain and then I'm blessed. It knows that could happen in real life. Especially after what's going on in this particular year. Right, enough about that. Let's get rid of you, because you can never seem to have a conversation about that popping up. We've also got a great fairy fountain right outside of our house. Yeah, isn't that overkill much? Literally a short walk away. And even then, you could probably just grind up with the free hearts that you have in the free pots in your house. Oh, you're not going to fire at me? How did you lose sight of me? You just shot me, you melon. That makes no sense. So yeah, we're in the swamplands right now. And we can't really do a lot. We can't really go swimming. We'll just make a mad scramble back to the surface, I guess. So yeah, this seems to be quite open with not a lot to do. Get rid of these archers. Ah! Oh, I could use those arrows, thank you very much. Actually, if I come back this way and bash this, wrong button, bash this one, I'm thinking of a different game, get another fairy. It's like we don't need any more health, and yet it just keeps shoving it at us. I mean, I guess it is Hyrule Field, it is pretty much most of it's opened up to us, so I guess for balancing and all that if you're having a bit of trouble walking around, but hey, that means that the fields aren't exactly as dangerous as they appear to be. Knock you out, pop a bomb here, and I know that we didn't actually explore much of Lake Hylia in the last episode, like the north part of it, which is like right from the bridge, but there wasn't really much need to do so at that point. That's going to happen a lot. I do it every time I play this version of the game. There we are. So, we got a bunch of mold worms here that we need to knock out. And you might be thinking, well, how do you kill these things? I can't exactly boomerang them, if I can even whack them. It just bounces right off. You can use bombs if you chuck them over. You can also use your arrows if you are a good sniper like that. Or you can, you know, as I just mentioned, use your bombs, chuck them over, and you can kill them that way. However, if you do not have any long-range attacks at all, what you can do is hug the side of the wall here and just walk along. You can walk the seams and take them out. You just can't do it on the top half because it's like our walking hitbox is kind of like on the bottom of Link because it's not exactly a top-down perspective. It's a slightly askew with one. It doesn't actually work by hugging the top wall. We have to hug the bottom wall or the south wall as it is. Hello there. Sorry, I just kind of invaded your privacy. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you. Keep it between us, okay? It's a secret to everyone! 300 rupes. That's quite a lot of muns. I think we actually got a full wallet now. We have! So I don't need to worry about that for now. We've got some bombs, so 3 bombs. We kind of need a bit of a stock up on that. That's a waste of 20 rupees, but I did find a rock outside. Another 20 rupees, kind of a waste. But we also got arrows, so we're kind of all stocked and ready to go. Almost everything's at max. We're missing a bomb and an arrow. So you know what, let's just get out of this cave. And in randomizers, that's a hype cave, because of all the chests that you can get. Plus, that thief will give you something as well. But, you know, now I'm kind of jumping the gun a bit, because I'm mentioning something that is not part of the main game. But, you know. So we're on the south end of Lake Hylia right now, just making our way on the outer edge, because since we can't actually swim, we kind of actually want to walk on the outer rim in order to actually reach the stuff that we want to reach. Of course, crabs move a lot faster when they're going left and right. They are sidesteppers, so obviously you just want to avoid them and hit them from above or below. Now, this enemy is a unique specimen. It's an octo balloon that shortly explodes into 6 mini octo balloons, and it's the only one in the game. And it don't drop nothing when you fight it. It's not a special enemy. That was a rare drop from an Octorok, 20 rupees. What's with all the health and money today? This is a weird file I'm playing today. Or in general, because I didn't get any money starting off, and then all of a sudden I got all the money. Still can't pick up the rocks. Keep forgetting about that. Oh, whoa! Hello there! Yep, that can sometimes happen. I'm about to die, actually. Oh dear. That's fine, actually, because we have got, Thank you. Now I need the health. That's fine, though. We got fairies, but we'll be able to recover our health in a little bit anyway. Because if we go in here, since we can't pick up any rocks at the moment, we're going to need some bombs again. Bombs are quite necessary for secrets. I mean, yes, they're telegraphed. It's not the same as the original Zelda, where, you know, in the NES, where there is no marks, but at least it's telegraphed. You just need a bomb. So yeah, we've still got fairies here, and in fact, I would like one of these, but I do want to release at least one fairy that I already have. And you'll see why in just a second. Bash this! That's a golden bee! It's a bee that sparkles, and just like any other bee that you would find on the overworld, it will try to hunt you down and, you know, sting you. They're more like wasps in that regard, because bees would die after the first sting, but there you are. A little bit annoying to hit. However, this is in fact a golden bee, and we want to catch it. It's called a good bee in the original SNES version due to odd translation, similar to how a fairy is spelled the Irish way, because of pixies, and not like this. Which is ironic, because they were spelled normally in Zelda 1 and 2 on the NES, so... Anyway, enough digressing. The golden bee! Pretty much the same as a normal bee. When you release it from a bottle, it can stab a few enemies, but will flee shortly after. We can't reach that chest at the moment. So, we did see a bombable rock outside, so we'll make our way to that, actually. So let's get my bombs back out again and head on out. But yeah, the gold bee, in difference to a normal bee, it lasts a lot longer. It can attack a couple of bosses, actually, which, funnily enough, you can see in the quasi-sequel to this game, Ancient Stone Tablets. And yeah, it's just an overall decent bee. And you want to hold on to it, especially in the GBA version of the game. In this icy cave, we have found the ice rod. Its chill magic blasts the air, but watch your magic meter. We can now freeze enemies. And if you know your typing, it will do pretty decent damage to flying types and ground types. Taking from Pokemon here. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, I whacked something, and he's frozen! Alright, let's get rid of you quickly. We can attack it, like normal, or we can pick him up and use his frozen corpse to hit his friends. And yeah, for some reason it bounces, it doesn't shatter. But then again, I guess it's kind of slippery, so I guess that would work. Come here, you, I want to kill you with your mate. There we are. And then you can die as well. And yeah, for the most part they would drop green rupees, but they can actually sometimes drop magic refills, which is ironic because you need to use magic in order to freeze enemies. And since we can't pick up any of the rocks over there, we'll have to go back there at a certain point. But I do want the I do want the ice rod at this particular point because it can make a few things easier for us. So now we've done everything at Lake Hylia that we can do at this present point in time, except for the north part, but we'll loop back around there at some point. We could have done that when walking through every other building, but we were coming close to time at 32 minutes, and I don't want to be spending too long on these videos. This game doesn't require that much. We got a few other things that we can do, so what's in here? There's a chest there. Let's go get that first. We're going to have to leave in order to reset these blocks. In the ice cave, you can't actually push those blocks. I forgot to mention that. More bombs. 3 more bombs. I was missing 3 bombs, so that is absolutely perfect. Everything is falling into place. It's like I planned this or something. Head into the main chamber in here. Anti-fairy. I don't want anything to do with you. Let's try the middle one. Nope, that was wrong. It's a trap! Okay. I thought that anti-fairy was going to get me then. Well, let's open the floodgates and drain the water. Oh, no, hang on a minute. There we are, got out there. So yeah, visual change. We have actually drained the water. That's the water controlment gate, I guess. Fish are flopping around, but we do get a piece of heart for doing so. And if we pick up this fish, since, you know, he's probably going to die, let's move him to... Wow, we move slow when we're picking something up and going diagonal. Let's bring him to some water so he doesn't completely die. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, because he went way too far. Yes, when you leave the sector of the map, the water will reset because it's all, well, technically deloaded. You know how screen transitions work in these old games. But it also makes sense because that means you would have to solve a puzzle again later on. Right, can you actually go in the water this time? There we go! He went off screen, he flew too far, he must have bounced off a rock or something. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you, keep it between us. Okay, yeah, that's the same string of text, but... does give us 20 rupees for saving his life, but I can only save 1 fish, and there are 2 of them, so that's a problem. And of course, they would respawn anyway, so it's not a thing. Also, by the way, this thing I always thought was some sort of weird hopping demon, but it's actually a blue bunny rabbit. He's actually upside down right now. I thought that his feet at the top there were actually eyes, and he was just blinking left and right really crazily. Nope. Those 2 little flashy white dots, those are his eyes. He's a blue bunny rabbit. Alright, take it, thief! Yes, you can kill these bunny rabbits, but if you do cut the grass underneath, he's taken by surprise because you found his hiding place, and yeah, you get a heart or a bit of money for it. Hello there. Sir, that's just rude. I'm just an average guy. Do not speak to me. Do not remove this sign. You're not talking to me, so screw you, mate. Why did you take my sign? It says plain as day just to leave me alone. Sheesh. You got a weird goatee going on. You look like a very young or old, however you want to look at it. Number 1, Captain William T. Riker. You can't enter with me. When you've got someone following behind you, you're not allowed to enter any buildings. There's only one way to get rid of this guy. Go too far away from his usual spot. And then you can go back. So now he's not following us anymore. He has repaired his sign. He must have spares. But again, all these rocks we can't pick up. It's a little bit annoying. We can't even deal with these Paris. What's in here? Another great fairy fountain. Nothing of value or interest. Let's head on to the desert, since this is where we gotta go. Got some vultures here. Yep, they will circle you, but if you strafe left and right, you can reach them with a sword swing. You can also hit them with your boomerang, I'm pretty sure. If I can nail the shot, there we are. But it won't paralyze him. We have mines in the desert, so that's pretty bad. We want to be watching where we're going. Look, some carcasses. Hopefully they didn't die of dehydration. Oh my god, these things are called Gilmans. And, yeah, they're all grabby hands and they shimmy after you. They're just made out of sand. In fact, they have official artwork in the manuals, funnily enough. And this is the only place you can fight them in. So yeah, vultures are just going to circle you. They're going to get in the way. Hello there. You look like Sahasrahla. Are you like one of the original 7 sages? Aha, it's the Book of Medora. With that, you can read the language of the Hylian people. Yeah, if you didn't already have the Book of Medora, this guy would tell you to go get it, since Sahasrahla won't tell you. But it's a bit odd that he pretty much shares Sahasrahla's sprite. He's actually Sahasrahla's brother. And yes, he is another one of the 7 sages that the maidens are descended from that Aghanim has been kidnapping. We're finding a lot of heart pieces today, aren't we? Got 6 so far. We're getting there. Slowly. Let's dig back over this way and get the hell out of this cave, because there's nothing for us to do. I was trying to dash, I was pressing the button. Alright. So don't touch the cactus, that's going to hurt you, obviously. Just whack these Gilmans out of the way, they can't do nothing. And to be honest, this desert isn't actually that bad. It's pretty, for the most part, just a flat plain. And you can just navigate. And my lord, these are appearing a lot more often than I remember. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge and go straight to the wall. There's another heart piece up there. So, I've got to deal with that at some point. And looking at the map, we are at our destination. So. Okay, we've got 2 of these now. I want to take care of these guys. There we are. An arrow pretty much one-shots these guys, so that's not a problem. If I can nail the shot. I used to be a crack shot of this. Freaking... There. Oh, really? That didn't kill. Okay. Listen, you. Get chopped. Oh! Thank you for the magic. You know what? That was worth. Right. So, if we try to read this, it's a load of gobbledygook and a lot of hieroglyphs. I'm guessing ancient Hylian cannot be translated without this. To open the way forward, make your wish here and it will be granted. Let's do that. I forget. The first time you do it, doesn't have the weird circle thing. There we are. Hope you're ready, because you're not going to be able to get out of here unless you save and quit, because it's blocked your way out, but you can now go in. I'm going to equip the boomerang to start off with. Welcome to the Desert Palace. We're going to get started on this right now, because despite starting in a massive room, and it's 3 floors big, just like before, we should be able to get through this quite well. We've got some levers here, but they will be levering me alone because I'm not going to be dealing with them. If we kill enough of them at once, a purple one will start to show up, and that will drop a few more spores for us, but it's also more tanky. We don't want to be dealing with that too much, though. Watch out for the beamos here. You cannot take them out in this game. They will always shoot at you with a massive laser that cannot be blocked on sight, and you can't shoot them, you can't bomb them, you can't deal with them. There's some purple ones. Sometimes they'll just show up anyway. So yeah, this dungeon's actually kind of open. We can go to pretty much any room that is off of the main room, effectively. So we haven't got to worry about that. Take out that Igor with a pot, saves a couple of arrows. Just didn't get an arrow drop. Take you out with a spin attack, that helps out really, really well. Button! What do these do then? Nothing at all! So let's go get the boomerang back on. I want to keep that on. And we get the dungeon map. There we are. That's helpful. First room we go into, and we already know where to go. So let's have a little look at that. And yeah, this dungeon does sprawl out quite a bit. But all the rooms that are surrounding the entrance that we just came from, they're pretty much all one big massive room. And all the rooms on the outer edges, they're all separate, which we can pretty much completely access. So this dungeon's pretty open, as I've mentioned. Only a few things that we need to do, but we do need to grab everything since, well, that's what we're here for. Alright, so I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to go to this room first. Dodge the beep. Okay, I did not dodge the beamos, but I can knock this down and grab that key. Hello there. Scatlink, it is I, Sahasrahla. Be sure to find the treasures hidden in each dungeon. He's talking about the big chest. Make sure you always get the big chest before you leave, because you're not only going to need it for progression for the most part, because obviously, you know, this game pretty much set the trend on. You get the dungeon item, and then you're able to continue to the boss room and use the dungeon item on said boss. That wasn't completely set, because most enemies do have multiple methods on dealing with them. But, yeah, you still want to get everything that the dungeon has to offer, because it will greatly help you. And since this is the first Zelda game, difficulty can be a bit skewed, although this is a lot more accessible than the original Zelda. The big chest is here, and we can't do anything with it, but do these candles do anything? Maybe the key will spawn in here, funnily enough. Nope. Seems like these torches don't really do anything in this dungeon. Might be worth to not waste our magic power. You know, it's actually kind of funny that our lamp uses our magic power in this game, since, you know, you thought you would have lamp oil, but I guess it's a magically charged lamp. Just sprinkle your own magic essence in there, and then it will ignite. But then again, technically the lamp is always going off anyway. It's just that we're using a bit of our magic power to ignite the flame in order to probably ignite a brazier, shall we say. So that might be the reason why. Taking out these land molars and sand pretty well. When they emerge, they have like these little sand pits, and you know, you don't want to get slurped up. Pretty much you won't be able to move in the quicksand, and you will get knocked about. Okay, maybe we gotta light all these torches in order to open the door up front. Nope, that did nothing! Really? I guess that in the desert you don't need too much heat. So it must be one of these blocks, since there's nothing much else to work with. Ah, that's the one. Another fairy fountain! You have an oasis in the Desert Palace. Interesting. That's good to know if we run low on health by taking damage. To be most that yes, if you walk into the statues, they will do contact damage to you. And it's still the same amount of damage as the beam. I don't understand why that is the case. Since, you know, it's a statue. Why would that hurt you? It's not an Armos. It's the eyeball shooting the laser that's the thing that hurts you. I guess it's just electrically charged? Question mark? I never understood that. Hello there. Give me a recovery heart off screen. I mean, to be honest, for the most part, if this wasn't on the GBA, the whole room would be on screen. This particular room, at least. But, you know, slight screen crunch, got a little bit of scrolling, but that's not a problem. Okay, I didn't do that well. Ow, I really did not do that well. Jesus. Right, let's try it again. Once they first spawn, they will spawn underneath you. And I just took everything out in a single spin attack. 3 hearts and a rupee as well. That's awesome. That was just a trap room. That was not awesome. That was a waste of time. Take you out. Bap you. Oh, I don't need it. Oh, I didn't even reach it. Never mind. Okay, fair enough. Ouch. Come on. Surface. There we are. You're done. So are you. I don't even know why I keep picking up the rupees. I don't need them. Another entrance? I mean, we already saw another entrance, as you've noticed, even on the map. This dungeon has 3 entrances. Or 2 exits, as it were. If you want to leave the dungeon and come back later, take this exit. Because you're just going to jump down, and you'll have to go back through the actual entrance in order to go through. In order to get back in, even. But we don't want to do that. We're pretty much good to go. We've still got pretty much everything stocked up. Let's continue on through what we can do. Take out more of these. Get the compass! Hello there! So where's the dungeon boss in all this? At the very depths, once again, like the furthest back possible. Also higher up in the temple. Huh. It doesn't seem like any of these rooms will lead to where we gotta go. So what's that about? Because it seems like we've almost completed the dungeon already. Just do a dash, you'll get right by. Dodge the cannons. And there we are, we have the big key. So now we can go back and get the big chest. That's not a problem. And I always take damage on the way out. I don't really bother. Just charge into them. Just tank the hit and just get through. As long as you've got a heart, that's fine. Well, at least you've got 2 hearts, that's fine, because they do a heart damage. Right, so back to the big chest we go. We can use the Pegasus shoes to just dash right through. The sand really doesn't really mean anything in this dungeon, but it is a different aesthetic, I will admit. We haven't really had a desert aesthetic in most dungeons. It's normally... It's kind of funny, actually, because desert worlds are normally like a common thing for second worlds, or for the second area of Mario games. I just realised I'm going the wrong way. I always do that. That's the fairy fountain. But yeah, it's like... It's the desert, and yet this isn't Mario? It's like... I guess that's what they were trying to go for. I mean, we do get desert dungeons later on, like, the Spirit Temple, because it's at the Desert Colossus in Ocarina of Time. We got the Power Glove! It's so bad. You can feel strength in both hands. You can pick up and carry stones now. There we go. We're going to have to go back to the ice cave, but that's fine. Because we have a lot of those big rocks to pick up. Maybe we can finally pick those up as well now. But since we couldn't really get out the other direction, we might as well head back to this entrance or exit, since it was the closest one. Because if we check the map again, we're pretty much all done. We can't really move on to the next area, so... That's a bit of a problem. Maybe there's a bomb wall outside, because we're on a ledge out here. And that means we can... I didn't realise I got stuck on the ledge and jumped down. Give me a minute. Just saved and quit to get back up here, because you can do that in the GBA version. You can restart from where you saved. I wanted to come down here, not get stuck on the edge, and grab this piece of heart. Hang on a minute! What? That's... Okay, they can scale over the ledges. I didn't realise they could do that as well. I got hung up on the corner and jumped down by accident. I didn't want to do that. But yeah, on the GBA version, you can save and quit. And then you can actually reload from your previous save. Whereas in the original, you could only start at Link's House of the Sanctuary. Which is not that far. I would have probably went through the dungeon if it was on the SNES version again. Just to make my way back to where I was. But... other than this, that heart piece, there's not really much else on this plateau. And there's another entrance here, which leads back into the back entrance of the Desert Palace. I don't understand why it's on basement first floor, because we actually walk downstairs, and then we go into a building, which is ground floor. Don't understand how that works. The basement first floor should still be on ground level, but there you go, I guess. I'm guessing the basement... Oh, I guess because we had to climb a lot of stairs to reach it. That would be the basement. I don't know. But, yeah, the slight geography little issue there, considering it's top-down and all that, because, I mean, like I said, these are on plateaus. But I guess when you enter these entrances, you go into where we're walking over. What we're standing on right now is the temple itself. These are just, like, stairway holes to fall through, and this is actually an entrance into the building proper. And you know what? It's quite accurate as well, because you can see at the edge here, it is kind of a tall wall until we come over this way, where it kind of slopes down a bit. And if we check the map, it correlates, and if we check the map inside, we are going to go further upwards. But you know what? Since we've actually done quite a lot today, and we've still got half a dungeon to go through, I think I'm going to call it there. So before I get blasted, I'm going to go back outside one more time. And I'll see you guys in the next video, where we do the last half of the Desert Palace, and possibly more stuff in Hyrule as well. Maybe even make our way to the next area, or probably do something with our full wallet, because it may be bad if we find more treasure with a full wallet. So with that, see you guys later.